Okay, let's take a look at how the program works. 1. Cutting-edge technology is installed in your vehicles. The technology will capture video events and data when specific driving criteria is identified. 2. That information is then sent to an unbiased professional review team at SmartDrive, and if appropriate, observations are identified within the video events. Based on your organization's priorities, specific observations are marked for coaching. 3. Your organization will use the video and data to discuss what was identified with the driver in question. 4. The driver then returns to the field with the benefit of coaching feedback. Safer drivers are more aware of their driving habits, which generally results in fewer collisions. Now that you have a high-level overview, let's dive a little deeper. The following is an overview of the technology involved in the SmartDrive solution, specifically the components installed in your vehicles. There are typically 4 main components in the vehicle. 1. A controller which manages the functions of the smart recorder, including triggering, offloading video, and installing firmware updates. 2. A camera. At minimum, at least one camera will be installed, generally mounted on the windshield, pointing out towards the road ahead. 3. A sensor bar. This is installed on the A-frame of the driver's side windshield. This contains accelerometers, GPS, a microphone, and LED feedback lights. Later within this course, we will further explain the feedback lights. 4. A keypad. The main function of the keypad is to trigger events. However, there are additional functions it can provide depending upon your setup. There is also an optional key fob available. The key fob can be used to trigger events from up to 20 feet away from the vehicle. Since each organization has a different configuration, your fleet may also have one or more of the following items. 1. Additional cameras. Most of our clients also install a second camera to record what's happening inside the vehicle. 2. If you have additional cameras either inside or outside the vehicle, the program can also capture video from these. Now let's focus on how the system triggers and records. The smart recorder can be triggered to record video via a number of factors. The basic triggers are 1. A high amount of force to the vehicle. 2. Speeding, or 3. Hitting the manual button. Depending upon your fleet's configuration, it may also trigger on things like distraction, fatigue, signals, signs, collision avoidance, close following distance, lane departure, and pedestrian detection. You also have the ability to trigger event recordings using a keypad and a wireless key fob. This tool can be particularly useful to record something happening on the road ahead. A blocked entrance, or even for security reasons. The keypad can also be used for 1. Driver identification. If you are using this feature, each driver will be assigned their own number, which is used to sign in when using the vehicle. 2. To initiate an emergency offload of events. By pushing and holding the button for 10 seconds, you can force events to offload from the smart recorder. 3. Turn on privacy mode. By entering the code 99999, you can disable the inward-facing camera while your vehicle is no longer driving. Once you turn on the ignition or start to drive, the camera will start to work again. Finally, the keypad can be used to initiate diagnostics mode, which is used for troubleshooting the unit. As mentioned, the sensor bar contains multiple sensors, which allow the smart recorder to trigger events and capture data. It has the additional function of displaying LED lights, which provide the vehicle operator with information into what is happening with the smart recorder. Here is an explanation of what the lights mean. Once an event has been triggered, the left-hand target LED light on the sensor bar will flash green, indicating an event has been triggered. The light will go back to a solid green when complete. A blue flashing LED indicates a manual event has been triggered. If the blue light remains solid, it shows there is an event awaiting offload. Here are some additional light patterns which may be displayed on occasion. If the target icon is blinking or solid red, there may be a fault in the system. Contact your manager if you see a solid or blinking red light. The right gear icon provides feedback on the following. A flashing blue light indicates events are being offloaded. A solid green light means you are in privacy mode. I know we have just reviewed a lot of information. A driver information card is available, which outlines not only the LED light patterns, but also how the smart recorder functions, keypad use, and covers some frequently asked questions. Once an event has been triggered, the system will record and save 10 seconds before and 10 seconds after the trigger point. The video may also contain engine data, such as RPMs, throttle and speed, as well as audio. Audio is an important component to understand what happened in an event. For example, was a horn heard in warning? Were there sirens? Was there an impact? Or was it simply a near collision? Please be aware that your fleet may have subscribed to the extended recording option. This allows authorized users to offload longer video segments if needed. The event is then stored, and if it meets specific thresholds, will be sent wirelessly to the secure SmartDrive database. We get this question often. What do you think? True or false? Your manager can peek in live and remotely trigger a video recording. False. No one has the ability to peek in live or remotely trigger an event other than the driver. After an event has been triggered and offloaded, the video and data is available in the SmartDrive Response Center and ready for review. Once the specified events are uploaded, they are then reviewed by certified SmartDrive analysts. They review each event and mark observations according to strict, predetermined criteria. Depending upon your organization's safety and workflow configurations, only specified events will be marked for coaching. Events which do not contain observations will be marked as having zero risk. It is important to note that not all captured videos are sent for review. The Smart Recorder has the ability to calculate which driving events are likely to contain higher levels of risk than others. This depends upon your vehicle type and driving patterns. The Smart Recorder offloads the relevant events. These are reviewed by the SmartDrive review team. As we stated before, after our review, and based on your organization's priorities, only a select few events may be identified for coaching. The volume of events queued for coaching are typically only a very small subset of all the events captured. The goal is to focus on habits and skills that are only important to your organization, as well as to your safety. Here's a question we often get. How secure is your site, and how do you protect our data? All of your videos have multiple layers of security protecting them. Only authorized SmartDrive personnel and approved individuals from your organization will have access to view those videos. The next step in the program is focused on improving driving behavior and acknowledging good driving skills through coaching. We refer to these as coaching sessions. During coaching sessions, coaches and drivers review the videos together and discuss which driving skills, if any, might need to be improved upon. Additionally, reviewing video helps a manager to understand the challenges faced by his or her drivers on a daily basis, ultimately providing opportunities to reward safe driving. The best athletes in the world use a coach or a coaching team to help them continuously improve. Similarly, SmartDrive provides the tools to help drivers become the very best in the industry. Here's another question we often hear. Is SmartDrive only used for disciplinary or punitive purposes? No. SmartDrive is intended to promote a positive, closed-loop communication that recognizes both good driving skills as well as identifies risky maneuvers that are opportunities for improvement. The final step in the SmartDrive program is creating even better drivers. By following the program, good drivers become even better, and the system can help to exonerate drivers who have been doing everything correctly and safely.
So when you first heard that SmartDrive was going to be installed and part of this program, what was your initial reaction?
I didn't like it. Didn't want it. I felt it was an invasion of privacy, but I did understand when we listened to them, I understood that we're a target. Even though we don't own McDonald's or Chipotle's, people out there think we do, but it is for our own safety and the safety of other people. And to use it as a tool like anything else that we do have at our disposal to make us better drivers. I was actually even thinking about putting it in my own car for the simple reason that there's so many things that can happen.
I feel safer in there, and I just know that not only me is looking on the road, and if there's going to be an accident and someone's going to say, hey, it's your fault. No, I have other eyes that are inside the tractor with me.
I was kind of skeptical of it first. Didn't really care for it. And, driving as long as I have, you kind of figure out, why do I need that for? Until, what happened to us, it helped.
If you're just doing your normal driving job, seatbelt on, not talking on the phone, not texting, paying attention to traffic, doing the posted speed limits, you shouldn't have any problems or issues at all.
So with a SmartDrive, it's kind of, it helps both company and a driver in both ways. So, I don't know. It does help. And I have no problem with being in my trucks or any other truck I'm in ever again.
We are excited to team up with your organization to improve safety and save lives. Thank you for taking the time to learn about the SmartDrive program.